What's going on, everybody? Travis with RAC Garage, and today I got something to show you. I did a little bit of work on Saturday and Sunday. We got a new car in the shop. I'm not going to show you the new car yet. You'll probably see it in the background while I show you some other stuff. But I got my Pullmax. I got the Bailey tools here. Well, the only thing left to get was the English wheel, but it's here. So I'll show you the layout of the tooling area, and I'd like to hear your feedback on what you guys think. I think personally I'm gonna have enough room to work through everything. I still need to get the shear here. That is the biggest, well, the shear and the louver press. Louver press not that big of a deal. I've tried it once, never used it, and it's been outside because I leave it outside because the dies suck, and that's the only thing that's getting rusty. Everything else is fine. Without further ado, let's go and check out the tooling area. So of course, you guys know, I did everything around this post here, because this was here and it was in the way, so might as well put everything here. So first out, sticking out, we got the power hammer. So I have almost unlimited room if I can move stuff, if I need more room, and use the power hammer. Got all the space to the right, all the space to the left. Then we move over here. I put the shrinker stretcher in between the Bailey EW30 and the power hammer. So I got plenty of room on each side for, small to medium stuff. If I obviously need bigger stuff, I can pull it out and use it that way. Then we have the Bailey EW30 coming out of the side here, right on the post. And I got a bunch of room here. Let me just get a tape measure to show you guys for real. So just 5 feet, 5 foot, 5'3" to the center of the dies to the wall, and that is bigger than the throat depth, so I should be fine there. All the room infinity that way, and this way I do run into the table, so diagonally, what are we looking at? Like 4 feet diagonally. I kind of hit the vise, but my table's on wheels, so if I need anything, I can literally just push the table that way until I hit the wall or the shear if I really needed a big piece. But I'm standing here, I feel comfortable that I can wheel anything and not really hit my arm on the vise. So I think I'll be good here. Then I snuck my little hammer table under here for storage when I need to use it. I can either just pull it out just like that, or pull it into whatever area I need. It's nice that it tucks right underneath the tooling table. And obviously we've got the P5 Pullmax. All the throat depth not interfered with except for this, but I can close that. And very rarely have I used the full throat depth in this machine yet. I kind of just use the edge, so that's probably almost never going to get shut. But the option's there. I got a bunch of room. I don't think I've ever used as much room as I have on the left and right side of the Pullmax, which is good, because if I do bigger stuff here, because we got a bigger shop, I'll be able to do that. And obviously, like I said before, I can move the table and I'll have more room. What else? So I got Bailey bead roller, 36-inch throat, powered. That is on the other side, and this can be swapped with anything, and I can move this. This is easy to move, but I will be able to use it here and not have to move it for probably 90% of the work I do, maybe even 95%. Then I got this dolly stand, which will have to get moved when I use it, probably 50% of the time. Just because I switch off and I use this end sometimes. I don't always just use this side of the stand. So, but that thing's That thing's easy. Throatless shear over there, you know, that one's movable too. I kind of wiggle it into place, use it, put it back. There it is, JRM X345, if anyone is wondering. This is probably gonna stay here. I don't see a need to move this. And I got my hoops here on the wall, and my tooling is in this. That's why I put this here. All my planching hammer tooling is in there. And I got my power hammer tooling in here. Still need to polish these. They didn't get rusty here from sitting in here. I found these dies. I don't know if you guys remember. All the rusty ones I found in a box at some guy's place while looking for an intake. So that was a good find. So yeah, that's kind of the shop area. You know, press over there. Then I have my Bailey box and pan brake over here. 16 gauge capacity, 36-inch width, and then I'm going to put my shear right here. So cut the steel and bend it, cut the steel, pole max it, cut the steel, Eagles wheel it, cut the steel, bead roll it, or power hammer it. You know, I think there's plenty of room here that I can do what I need to do. It is definitely tighter than I thought it was going to be, but at the same time, there's a lot more room here than at my shop. Yes, there's, well, let me stand you up here. So you can tell, like, I got room to do stuff. And yeah, it's a little tight here for having such a big shop. Got a little less than 6 foot to the dies here, but you know, 42-inch throat, so I got 42-inch this way, so I don't see a need to have to do a piece that big. And honestly, this is a ton more room than before. I maybe had this much room, but then at the end of the day, or when it was raining, I had to push it up against the machine, push it up against my power hammer, and now I don't have to do that no matter what the weather is, no matter how much stuff I have in here. Besides the power amp, that's the only thing that will get obstructed if I have a ton of stuff in here and it's raining. But I don't plan on doing that because I have enough room to have like 3 projects going on, and I don't have to move anything to utilize the tools. So what I'm trying to say is I got more space than I had before. A lot more space, and I don't have to move anything to use anything. And I like how everything's kind of centralized here, so I can just kind of go around, use this, use that, use that. Right now I just have one plug coming down, 220, so I'm switching off like I was before, but I want to get another lead down here so I can plug both my power hammer and my pull max in, and then also get a 110 plug so I can plug the bead roller in. So everything can be on at the same time. If I don't know when I'll ever need it. I know I'll need the pull max and the power hammer on together, because I can have shrinking dies in the pull max and then, you know, just a radius die in the power hammer. Shrink it here and then walk over and smooth the shrinks out. Before and now, I can't do that. I have to unplug, plug in, which isn't the end of the world, but it is a pain in the butt. So I want to find out if I don't know if there's enough power to like wire it out to 2 plugs, if that will like short something out if I actually turn both of them on. I know I'll not be running them at the same time, but if they're both on, if that's too much power for one, you know, double breaker, I don't know. I'll have to think about that, research it and find that out. But, you know, for right now, that's what's going on. And let me show you the new car if you haven't spied it in the background already. All right, so this gentleman has been waiting a while for me to work on his car, probably like the rest of you on the list. I apologize for it. I just have so much work to do. It's a good thing for me, it's a blessing. But at the same time, it kind of sucks for everyone on the list. You know, it is what it is. I guess there's no one working on these old things, so you just have to wait. It's unfortunate, but we're here now. Well, the car's here now, and we're going to start working on it. And Dave, if you see this video, I kind of lied to you when you were here, and I said I was going to start working straight on it. I have a set of doors that I need to fix for somebody first, then I'll be jumping on your car. But it's just a set of doors. It's not a whole car, so your car will be at blast and everything anyway. So, without further ado, let's turn this car around. Turn the camera around and show you what it is. Let me show you the front. Okay. So, here it is. Another 36. That's what I do. I fix the 35s and 36s. So, this chassis was built at Millworks. So we got a good chassis here. It runs, but the steering column is right there. So, I can't like move it around. And the shifter's not on it, so that's another thing. You know, the usual suspects and some more. So, as you can see, this was most likely a Depression era pickup truck. So, you know, I don't know if he has history, but this is just my guess because I haven't been told. Fellow had this car, you know, Depression hit, needed a pickup, cut it, and made it into some pseudo pickup truck. You know, throw a bunch of stuff in it, or I don't think this is likely, or it was some kind of parade car and you could stand in the back here. But the parade cars that I've seen have been roadsters, and they were cut here so you could stand here, and that they left the bottom half so you don't fall out. So I think this was more of a pickup truck, just to kind of haul stuff, or maybe a yard truck, as hard as that is to imagine. Someone using a 36.5 window as a yard truck, but you know, the Depression was a different time. We didn't think of these cars as cool as they are now. They were just an old car. So we got this back section, even though it's not perfect, it has its scabs and issues. We have it. So that is going to get swapped into here. And we're also doing, you know we got to do it, the 40 floor. So we got the front here, we got the middle section there, got the trans tunnel, and we have the back section. There it is, back section against the toolbox. So put another one of these U-Pack 40 floors and saving another 36. We also have these patches. He gave me these patches, but I did make my own jig or buck to make them, and I do like the way mine come out better than this, so I might make them myself, or use that with, you know, time permitting, or might use those to save him some money. Just thought about that might be a better idea. We got the sub rails, I'm sure, yep, in this box. We got, pretty sure, the rear inner panel in the box below it, hinges, an extra door, a deck lid that isn't so great. But you know, he's looking at another one. If he can get the other one, it's going to save him some money. So this one might not get used. Then we got his steering column that I might try and figure out how to put in quickly, because you know, I want something that can steer, and right now it doesn't. So want to get that figured out. So yeah, a lot to do on this car, and he has a lot of patches for it, so that's good. There is a lot of work here. We're going to try to do the major stuff first and see how we're thinking, see how we're doing, and then kind of go from there. So major thing we're going to take care of is obviously the floor. Get the floor taken care of, then get this back half grafted on, get the opening set so it's, you know, it's a car again. Then, you know, work on the doors, getting them shutting, and then focus on the patches. I believe that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, okay. It's just a lot, you know, there's a lot here. I'm gonna try to save as much as we can, try to do it as cheaply as we can, so he has a car to roll around in. It is definitely pushed back a lot because of the engine that's in it. It needs a notch in the firewall. I was thinking about doing the same firewall that I did on this, I did on the 3-window, but he wants the battery, he likes the battery there, which I totally understand. It's very convenient. But I'm trying to figure out a way to do it that looks good. That's the main issue I'm dealing with. But I'll have to figure that out. Good solid chassis. Chassis done. Nothing to do there. And we just got the body to deal with. So first thing, I'm probably going to cut the floor out, brace it up, just so it doesn't fall apart, and then bring it to a sandblaster, because I don't want to get, I don't want to have to pay to have the floor done when the floor is getting cut out. So I'm going to try and cut the floor out and maybe cut the back section off, so we don't have to deal with that. We'll see. I'm not sure. Not sure how I want to do it yet, but I do have to figure this out in a couple days. But today, I know that was a lot of talking, a lot of blabbing about stuff that's going on around the shop and no work getting done. But today, I need to work again on the 33 Ford 3-window coupe and get that essentially out of here. It's leaving Thursday. So I need to figure some stuff out. I need to figure out why, after I charge the battery, it just doesn't last. I'll charge the battery, I'll get it running, driving around the block a little bit to try to help get more charge in the battery. And then I'll park it outside because I got to do something. And then I go to start it up again and it's dead. And then I got to pop start it. And pop starting a suicide door car is not fun. For those who have done it, it is not fun. So I gotta figure that out. That's not the thing that I'm gonna focus on. I'm gonna focus on putting the Edmunds on with the 2 deuces and get the linkage all set up, the fuel line all set up. That's the main thing I am going to worry about today. That being said, let's get to work. All right, so it's time to finally put the Edmunds intake on this 33. So I'm going to start by taking off all the extra stuff that's not needed on here. Not needed, but the stuff that needs to come off. So I need to take the generator off, I need to take I can probably take the carburetor off with the intake. I took the linkages off already. Fuel lines off, really wasn't connected. I just need to take this vacuum line off and the wiring for the generator. I might have to take the fan off because I don't think I can sneak it around the belt unless I just take the belt off with it. That makes sense. That wouldn't be a bad idea. So I'll do that. Then we'll be ready to, put the new one on. Put a new gasket on there, put the new Strombergs on. Then I gotta figure out fuel lines and the linkage. I know I have arms. I thought I had it here. Well, I thought I had it at home, so I didn't check here. And then I got home and I realized, oh wait, I had them in my toolbox. So I didn't check at home, and I got here and I checked the toolbox and it's not in the toolbox. So it's probably hanging on the wall in my little speed shop area of the home garage. The only thing I'm finding that sucks about this is, if I ever need my personal stuff here, it's, at home. And there is a race shop not too far from here. So I'm gonna probably stop by there today and see if I can get something to hook up the linkage. How the heck did this guy get this generator on here? This belt is super tight. I can't really take it off anyway until I get there. Oh, because the battery's still technically connected. Okay, I should take the battery off. Okay, the battery is disconnected. Okay, cool. I don't mess anything up. That's a weird way to take one out. That's how really just taking the intake off, swapping. Alright, so like we thought, this does have adjustable lifters in it. So it's probably some sort of cam in this. What it is, probably never know. But that is cool that what we suspected, well, Ron suspected, is true. Thanks to Eastwood for bringing this light, the Gladys Cobb LED work light. Shit's mint. Use code Kelly10 at checkout. Anything you get at Eastwood. This gasket actually came off pretty mint. But, just in case, scrape it. Alright, so I got the carbs in place, you know, carb. You always want to do the forward ones first because this bolt is always a pain to get at. So do them from front to back if you can, so you can always access this one. So I'm just going to put this front one on for now because I need to find a fitting for this hole. And I need to get T so I can put all the vacuum lines back on, and I don't want to drill another hole into this intake. This one's already there, so I'm going to use that hole, but I just got to figure out what it is, and I might have to bring it to a hardware store to find out, because all my random pipe fittings are not here. Now I don't know if it's like personal or not, that bucket of fittings. I would tend to think it's not anymore, because I need to kind of grab from it. And I don't really do this intake stuff a lot. I have been lately. I've been messing with engines and carburetors and suspensions and stuff, but that's not normally what I do. So I'm like hesitant to bring it over, because I'm not sure how much I'm going to use it. I use it mostly on my stuff, but I have been more on other people's. So, and you notice the intake's not bolted down because I think I'm going to have to bring it. And I also got to figure out how to get the fuel, the fitting on the fuel pump near the bowl. I need to figure that one out because it can't be just a straight barb, because it's pretty much pointing straight at the firewall now, because it needed to be clocked so this, this carburetor would fit, because this would be in the way and then you wouldn't be able to fit your generator on here. So that's kind of the point of it being clocked like that, but then it kind of creates a little issue there, so I need to, you know what, the fitting that's on the old carburetor has a curved section, so that might just fit right on there. Okay, took it off. It's like this. Hey, with some persuasion, get it on there. So let me move this back first. Let's get it on. Okay. Now let's see if we can. Alright, so I clearance this guy so he fits. Now I need to connect this to that, and then this to the carburetors. So, Oh, and I need to figure that out. But the throttle linkage hooks right up, and that's good. Actually, yeah, pedal doesn't seem ridiculous, so that might be good. And I have some adjustment here, so who knows? I might be able to lengthen it a little bit if I need to. And the choke, I can make work. So it's bent a little crazy, and it comes down and around. I can bend it more and have it connect to the choke, because I can already connect it now, but it's like at half choke when it's all the way in. So I need to adjust that a little bit, but the choke lever will work. Like still, this auxiliary throttle, I don't know about that guy. I'm gonna have to check on him and see if I can make that hook up somewhere, because we don't have this anymore. This little arm is no longer there, because now we got two carburetors. I don't know. I might try and figure something out, but it's kind of useless to have that when you get the foot throttle. Like, why do you need a hand throttle? I don't know if you know why that's hooked up. Let me know. Well, I guess you could kind of keep it somewhere, pull the throttle out, and it stays for warming it up in the winter, maybe, I guess. But I don't know, kind of wacky for me. So yeah, we need a couple fittings to put things together, then I can start bolting it in. Should be fine. So let me figure out what I need for fittings, go to the store, put it in. All right, so I totally forgot that this shop, the area that this shop is in, is absolutely terrible for finding supplies. Like, I just went on an 1.5-hour drive to 3 hardware stores, 2 auto parts stores, and all I came back with was a section of brake line that I'm going to use as fuel line, a T, and like 1 brass fitting. Oh, I also went to a race shop, and they also had nothing. I got 2 little Heims from them, but yeah, I don't have anything to connect them. This is terrible. So it's not a, I'm not super aggravated, but it's like I'm gonna have to really plan out what I have to do for the day and like grab stuff at home, because I could go to my Napa and get everything I needed today pretty much like 5 minutes. The guy knows his shit. He like picks everything for the things, like, oh, you need this, this, and this, blah, 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 done. This one, everyone's all, I feel like I am in a different state, but like a different part of the country. For East Coast, that's like really abnormal, because East Coast, everyone's like, oh, blah, 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 like running around, zipping around, quick, quick, quick. So it's weird, very weird. Because all I was trying to do, if I didn't explain to you before, I wanted to try to find another arm like this, because I have one here, and if I could find a similar one, or actually the same one, or find something similar that I could use too, I would just buy 2 of them and use that. Race shop had nothing like that. They had no fittings. All I had was AN fittings, so couldn't find that. The hardware stores I went to didn't have the fittings. The auto parts store didn't have the fitting either. I had to get a 1/4 inch, and I'm still where'd it go? Still skeptical if I want to use this or not, because it's that's not that bad. 1/4 inch. No, that'll be fine. I could use that. So I just have to make this a little bit bigger to fit the threads. Nobody could find what thread that is. I don't know who drilled that and what they drilled it to. Metric didn't work. All the pipes didn't work. We have no idea. Stumped. So I guess that wasn't anybody's fault, really, but a hardware store should be able to figure out a thread. But whatever. So I was trying to get linkage and arms for the carburetors, which I know is kind of a long shot, but there was a race car shop 5 minutes away from here. Nothing. And I was trying to get, some fittings for the vacuum line. Couldn't even, I got it, I think, but it's like, what the hell? This is ridiculous. I don't know if it was like an unreasonable request to try to find that stuff locally, but I feel like in my old town, I could have just found it like that. Probably have to go home, do something. I did get these little Heims, and they might work. I gotta grab, I do have a set of arms from Noble Speed at home, like I explained before. Just, I'm so used to everything being at home that like I'm not thinking of things I might need, because everything was always just there in one place. So, you know, things are taking longer than I want them to right now. Until I get into a flow, I might just bring everything here. All my, not my personal stuff, but like the fittings and stuff I didn't think I needed here. Like, bring those. Bring, you know, I don't know. Bring most of my stuff that isn't parts here. Whatever. Okay, that's me ranting for no reason, but let me tap that to quarter. Put that little fitting in there, and I should be able to tee in. My vacuum lines will be all set. Then I just need to figure out the linkage. The fuel lines, I'm doing hard lines. I'm just gonna do, that's why I got this piece, little piece of, you know, copper line. So I'm just gonna go in, you know, like normal with my Stromberg Ford fittings that I got. I'm gonna make a loop to this one, and then I'm going to tee into it. I'm going to have Joe help me solder in a piece that'll go loop around to here to another Ford nut from Stromberg. So this will be able to unbolt as one piece, put on there, and this is just going to have a hose fitting here to this. So we're not going to do a fuel block on this car. We're going to keep it kind of simple, and it should be all G. All right. So unfortunately, since we can't figure out this size, I gotta tap it to 1/4 inch pipe tap, but I think it's fine. Not the end of the world. Go more. There we go. Okay. 9/16. What? Really? Bigger? You know what that means? Grab my metric fits all. We'll make it fit. Oh, come on. Need another half a turn out of you. Boom, done. That's definitely sealed up tight. Hit that with the air hose in a few minutes, but that's good enough for now. Tighten these guys up while I'm out here. Put the carburetor back on while I'm out here. Okay. Well, at least now it's 1/4 inch pipe, so if anything goes wrong, or if you need to fix it or change it to anything else, it's 1/4 inch. Common thing you can find anywhere. Take this off because I'm gonna have to use my matching set. Put a little T right here. Boom. There's that. I'll have to switch this T with a copper T when I can, but right now all I can find was this plastic one, so it'll have to do. Part stores don't understand. It's got to have the right look. It can't be plastique. Jeez. It's a vacuum hose, so it's gonna, you know, be closing itself anyway, so it doesn't need it. You don't need clamps, really. Oh, this one's annoying. Alright, back out because I want to make a little fuel manifold. Oh, actually that was pretty cool. Okay, so let me get the fittings and we'll start making this up. I think I'm literally going to go out here, take a corner, go straight back and corner into this, and then solder a piece straight into this guy. I was gonna have it Y and come out of here, but this is, you know, simpler and I feel more traditional. It would look like this, so let's do that. All right, so I got these fittings here, 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 and please be the same. Yes, here. I got the ferrules and everything, so this will be nice. Okay, so first off, I need to do 90-degree on here. So I'll just do a 90 here and then, you know, cut it down to the size. So that's too much. course, now it work hardens, and now it looks like shit. It was just lumpy the whole way. God damn it. This is not what I wanted. Let's see. See if I can fix this. This is where it needs to be, and that's where it needs to go in. Maybe this will smooth it out. I don't know. Well, that was way wrong. So, good thing the roll that was hanging off the back of the 33 was 1/4 inch. So we're good. I got enough to, trial and errors. So let's see what's going on here. If I make a 90 and I'm trying to go to 10 inches apart, I don't know. I don't know how to do that, so we'll figure it out together. I used to know all that kind of stuff, but I lost it. Oh, I'll be able to do this. Okay. I'll be able to figure it out. Like a 1/2 inch back from where you want it. And that'll pretty much get it where you want it. Okay, I'll try that. So this is the first one. And they need 10 inches. So I'm going to do bang on 10 inches because I want to be able to kind of manipulate it a little bit, go down and back over a tad. So I think that'll, account for, what I'm thinking about it. See what that does. 10 inches. Here we go. A little helter-skelter here, but Cool. That worked out pretty good actually. So this one don't have a ferrule yet, so let's get one of them on there. Right? Yeah, okay. That's right. Okay, boom. This line's in there. Joe's after this. Hopefully it ain't pouring rain. I know it's gonna rain for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'll just try to escape as best I can. Marking this out. And I'm going to drill it out. Hopefully, you know, coat it nicely. And so it's going to be as sweet as a dream to solder in. All coped, really small fish mouth on here, and then we got a nice drilled hole here, so this should, oh yeah, fit right over that. And we'll get that soldered up and be done with it. Okay, getting out of here, sprinkling a little bit. See, it's a little wet, but Joe's gonna help me solder that stuff, so I gotta get out of here before it actually starts pouring, because it's been pouring in different parts of Rhode Island and Connecticut, so I might get caught in a big rainstorm. We'll find out. it doesn't quite wet in like full copper, because that's copper nickel stuff. So he made another one that wetted in nice. But the fittings are already on this, so I'm gonna see if this works. And if it does and gas don't leak out of it, we're gonna use it. If not, we'll use this one. And here are the throttle arms that I need from Noble Speed Equipment. So I'll use those, and that's pretty much all I got. I did get caught in the rain, as you can see. This is all wet. It kind of went over for the most part. It is pretty wet, but you know, I survived. Yeah, you can tell I'm a little wet. Not that bad though. Hell of a ride, man. So, okay, so you guys know I don't mess around. A daily hot rod. If you like this video, please subscribe. And I think I'm the only one doing garage hot rod style vlogging. So I know it's not like any of the other videos, so I get that. But it's daily vlogs. What I get done in a day, what happens in a day. Sometimes I don't show all of it, but it's daily vlogs. So subscribe if you like it. Appreciate you watching. Catch you tomorrow.